Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm just going to do a quick video just to kind of show a workflow thing as I move from Mac to Linux. And previously I would make my YouTube thumbnails in something like Photoshop, right? But I am by no means a GIMP expert, graphic image manipulation program, basically the Linux equivalent of Photoshop. But I know enough to be dangerous, I guess. So let's get into this screen here. First, on my Linux Mint, I've already installed it, and I just used a Flatpak. If you don't know what Flatpak is, go to flathub.org, I think it is. You can read a little bit about them, and you can download these packages, basically, that will allow you to install software for Linux. Maybe we'll do a separate video on that. But I'm going to type GIMP right here in my search bar, and I'm going to pull it up and drag it over to where you can see it. This will take me 1 second, I apologize. So what I do is I just do very basic YouTube thumbnails. I am by no means a graphic artist. There we go. So I have my file folder here of pictures that I took of this watch that I want to make a thumbnail on. So I'm just going to drag it into GIMP because why not? You could do file open, all that stuff, but let's just drag it in. The first thing I do, I use a camera that takes high resolution pictures, I guess you would call it. So I need to shrink this down to a resolution, not necessarily a resolution, yeah, a resolution, to get the image size down to make the size smaller so YouTube will actually let me upload it because they don't want anything too high quality on their site. Nothing against YouTube. So I'm going to go up to image and I'm going to do scale image. So I have the entire thing selected. So I'm going to say, let's make this around, let's see, let's make it around HD. Let's make it 1980. And that takes it down to 1320. And I'm going to scale that. And that should shrink my picture down. It does. So what we can do is we can hold, I think we can hold Control and hit plus. Nope, sorry, I can't do that. And it may be because of the way I have things selected. But I'm going to do a view, and I'm going to zoom in. And if you look at that, it'll actually tell you, it just says plus. Okay, so that's a Photoshop thing, right? When I do Control plus or Command plus. So let's just do a plus. There we go. So just plus on our keyboard makes it bigger. So now what I'm going to do is, this is just the way I do it. This doesn't mean it's the right way. I'm going to do a new layer. And I'm just going to say OK. And they called it rectangle. We can type in here whatever we want it to be. Let me see if I can see it. So we could type in here whatever we want that to be. I'm just going to call this, let's just call it L1 for layer 1 that's up above. And then I'm going to go to my text tool over here and I'm going to click my text. And I'm going to increase my size. Let's just try 112. Let's see what that does. And I'm going to start typing and I'm going to put citizen E812. Now here is, oh crud, hang on, look what I did. Let's escape that. So that's my size. So I'm going to double click down here and I'm going to type citizen, there we go, E812. Let's make that a capital E. E812 update. And I'm going to show you my whole process here, which is probably a little weird for some of you guys, but that's okay. All right, so there we got it. Now you're saying, hey, well, that's not a very good thumbnail. I could barely read that text. And you know what? You're right. So I'm going to go back here to layer 1, and I'm going to choose a, let's see, what do we got here? This is going to be better if you can see it. So let me drag this down. We have a selection tool. That's an ellipse select. What I really need to do is just do like I don't want to crop. I really just need like a rectangular selection is what I need. And for some reason, there it is, rectangular select. So I'm going to just kind of highlight that, and then I am going to take my bucket fill tool and I'm going to choose a color if I can find it. All right, it's set to white. Let's set this to let's do a swap on this. See that little arrow right there? We're going to swap that. And then we're going to go out here and we're going to click it like that. So bam. All of a sudden, I can see my letters again. And really, I think that's all I'm going to do. These are what I would call just super basic thumbnails. So now what I can do here is I can do File, Save As. I'm going to save this as an XCF, which is GIMP's default file format. It's like, oh, what is it in Photoshop? I can't remember. It'll come to me later, but it's really just a default file that preserves all the layers and everything we've put in there. So if we want to go back and edit this later, we can do that. Especially if I look at this later and I'm like, oh crap, I spelled something wrong, which probably wouldn't be unusual. Is there a big light on my face? Sorry, the sun is coming up out the window here. So we're just going to call this Citizen E812. Okay, we're going to save that, and then we're going to do File. Whoa, what happened there? We're going to do File, Export. Sorry, I am on my wrong window. There we go. We're going to do File, Export, and then we're going to choose a JPEG, and we're going to say Citizen E812.jpg. That way we can mess with the final output a little bit. And we're going to take it down in quality again for YouTube. Let's make it 72. And we're going to export. All right, so now what we can do is, like on YouTube, they insist that your file size be less than 2 megs. So we're going to do that real quick and make sure that we are down below. We see a 184.1 KB. So there we go. That is basically how I make my thumbnails. Pretty simple. You know, you can do it in GIMP, which is absolutely free. So maybe check it out. I don't know. That's the way I do it. You let me know how you do it. Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. I think that's all. We're going to cut this one short. Just a quick one on how we get around not using Photoshop and paying that ransom that they charge you every month to use their software. So and now again, if you're more advanced in your needs than I am, you probably will need it. If you're not, maybe take a look into this. All right. Hey, that's all we got, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will see you next time.